You think he's gonna move if I fake a punch?" The boxer smirked, bouncing on the balls of his feet like the sidewalk was his ring. His voice wasn't loud, but it cut through the crowd like a blade, just enough for people to turn, just enough for cell phones to rise. It wasn't a question. It was a dare. A flex. The kind of line meant to prove something to someone, maybe himself. They were standing before the tomb of the unknown soldier. Marble. Silent. Eternal. A place where time slows and voices fall quiet. But not his. Not now. Because in his mind, he wasn't standing in a sacred place. He was standing in front of an audience. The guard didn't move. Of course he didn't. Standing still in full ceremonial uniform, rifle shouldered, expression locked in steel. He didn't flinch when the boxer laughed, didn't blink when he took another step forward, crossing the invisible line of respect every American knows not to touch. Someone in the crowd whispered, "He's not really gonna do it." He did. A quick jab, not full force, but sharp enough to catch air and brush the brim of the guard's cap. Just enough to say I touched him. Just enough to feel powerful. And then everything changed. In a single fluid motion, like a spring snapping free, the tomb guard pivoted. Rifle lowered, boots slicing across the stone with terrifying precision. His voice erupted from deep within, "Stand, back, from the tomb." The words boomed with centuries of silence behind them. The kind of voice that doesn't shout for volume, but for legacy. The boxer stumbled back, hands half up, face drained of color, but the guard didn't chase, he didn't break formation. He took 3 steps forward, then returned to his post. The message had been delivered, and then came the others. From behind the black rails, from shadowed corners of the plaza, 4 more soldiers stepped out. Honor guard, formal and focused, not running, not rushing, just appearing. With boots like thunder, with presence like judgment. The crowd was still, no laughter now, no snickering, just quiet. And cameras that had gone from filming a prank to documenting a reckoning. A higher-ranking officer approached the boxer calmly. His nameplate read Colton. His posture was built on decades of command. He didn't need backup, but he had it. "You just struck a member of the 3rd U.S. Infantry Regiment," he said evenly, in front of civilians, in front of veterans, in front of a tomb that honors every American who never made it home. The boxer tried to speak. It wasn't like that. "You touched a soldier during his sacred post," Colton said, not raising his voice, but making it heavy enough to pin the man in place. "You thought he was a prop, a mannequin. You thought this place was about you." Silence hung. "Let me tell you what you didn't see," Colton continued. "That guard stood motionless for over an hour. In 100-degree heat, in freezing rain, through injuries, through exhaustion. Because behind that silence is a promise to remember every soul without a name. To never let the world forget who gave everything and got nothing in return." The boxer's fists had lowered. He wasn't bouncing anymore. His feet were flat. He looked like a boy caught in a fire he'd set but couldn't contain. And then the guard, the one he'd tried to provoke, turned his head. Just slightly. Just enough to meet his eyes. His face wasn't angry. It was calm. But behind that calm was something more terrifying than rage, unshakable purpose. That one look said everything. "You don't scare me. You don't matter here. This moment is not yours." Colton stepped closer. "We're not going to arrest you. That would give you a story, a headline. Instead, we're going to do something worse." The boxer blinked. "What?" "We're going to let you stand here, while this crowd walks past you, while children ask their parents why you disrespected a hero's grave, while your video goes viral, not for your punch, but for your mistake." The soldier stepped back, the others returned to their posts, and slowly the ceremony resumed. The changing of the guard began again. Boots clicked, rifles flipped, and the silence returned, heavy and proud. The boxer stood alone. People passed him, eyes full of quiet disappointment. No one heckled him. That would have been mercy. What he felt was worse, irrelevance. He had tried to be the loudest moment at a place built on silence, and he failed. 30 minutes later, he was gone. No fanfare, no words, just a lesson buried deep in his gut, where shame lingers longer than bruises. And the guard. He never stopped, never blinked, never changed his expression, because he wasn't there for clowns, he was there for ghosts. Some places are guarded not by walls, but by discipline. And some lessons don't need fists. They need silence that reminds you, not everything is about you. Before we end this story, let us know in the comment where are you watching from. If this story touched you, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and drop a karma in the comments below.